Boom. Pub Sports Radio, NCAA Net Profit. I'm Conor Mack. He's Maxwell Smart. We got to touch on our games real quick, but I know they played a good one real quick yesterday and pulled it out. St. Bonaventure. They come through with a huge second half. How are you feeling, Max, about this W against Clemson? Tell me how you feel.
I am goddamn elated, Connor. I am fucking orgasmic. I am like, I want to give money away to bookies. I want to give my money to bookies. I'm so happy. They're getting a Christmas card with some cash in it because the Bonnies won. Shout out to my guy, Matt Randall, who was on the right side of the closing number. Yours truly was on the right side of the opening number. And Taint and Cupcake, all cash. And Cupcake tastes real good.
Yes. And as Max always says, lady taint. For sure. Get that lady taint. And eat that cupcake. That was beautiful. Lands on 3. Both of you guys win. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Let's get real quick. Let's touch on our games yesterday. I'll just go first real quick. I went 3-2. Arizona, San Diego State under. UNR played good. Still lost, but I thought they'd cover. They did. Idaho State. Washington State just whipped the shit out of them by 50. I did take the over, though. Birdie, shout out to him in the chat. I played it, so that over 138. Elon, both those did, and in the end hit. They almost covered. They had a good first half. They lost by 19, and that went over. And, man, North Texas, if I had known they would have kept them under 40, I would have loved to took in the under on the double up. They covered the 10 easy. So 3-2 day for me. In the end, I'll take it. I don't love it, but rip through yours real quick, Max, and then we'll go through the yesterday scores.
Yeah, yesterday for me was absolute heartbreak. I was under a bridge getting rough hand jobs because of my picks on the show last night. So 1-5. Not going to dwell too much deeper into it, but on the bright side, I do have the backing always that I could always bet more and hopefully win more instead of lose more. So let's go right back to it, Connor.
Yeah, let's get right back to it. Let's just go through the scores from yesterday. Kansas wins big against Stony Brook. Xavier beats Ohio State. We all, some people were looking at that as an upset. I stayed off. They win by 6. I thought Ohio State, Jekyll and Hyde up and down. I don't really know if they're a really good basketball team or should be in the top 25. They lose yesterday in that one. Florida took care of Milwaukee. Utah State won big. UNC Greensboro beat Green Bay by 22. We just talked to Clemson, how they lost. They beat up on Temple in that one. Let's get through these real quick. Oh, Cincinnati just took the blue hose. The hose got smacked up. Cincinnati beat them 79-45. Providence won big there against New Hampshire. North Carolina A&T won by 8 against Greensboro. What are others? Some Oklahoma had the 5-point win against East Carolina. And Max, you'll be talking about East Carolina in your games, correct, today?
Yes, I will. East Carolina, beautiful. Definitely impressive and up and coming, Connor.
Definitely. I totally agree with you there. This was a close one. Surprised South Carolina beats UAB by 3, a good game. The game I'm talking about, I think it'll be good tonight. Marquette beat Ole Miss last night by 6 in that one. Citadel whipped Carver. Eastern Illinois won. FIU over Ball State. Missouri beat Northern Illinois. Only held them to 37 points. That was a good win for them. Let's just get through the rest here. Oh, my Idaho. Woo, Idaho. Samford beat Oregon State. That's one I wanted to touch on real quick. Oregon State, as we talked about, maybe not as good as last year in that one. San Jose State, this is one I was on, plus the 10.5. Took care of Cal Baptist. It almost got over. I thought there'd be a little bit more scoring. There wasn't in that game, Max. How about this one? Wyoming with the win. I'm a little bummed I didn't take the money line late. They win it in OT. I wish I was all over that one. Any other game do you want to touch on that real quick about yesterday's scores?
Not really. Yesterday wasn't really a memorable day that I'm trying to relive, but I'm always willing to go over some of the scores for the purpose of the show, Connor.
Yeah, definitely. We just want to, go through all the games, and if the chat needs everyone, shout out to the chat, by the way. Let me get to it real quick. I gotta
Tie,
pull you guys up,
tie
but
fucking
real quick,
game. UNC Greensboro, Connor. Just hit a
78.
fucking three. Going to
Yes,
overtime, baby. Let's go, Greensboro.
love it. Yes, they just tied it up in that one. Troy's up by 2 over North Dakota. 9 seconds left in that one.
Sorry,
Creighton's
but
up big.
that's North Dakota's up by 2.
Oh, I still have Troy. 9 seconds left. 71-69. Troy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
flip that score. It's North Dakota up with 9.9.
Okay. Well, you want to rip through these then, bad boy? Yale,
Hey,
Yale's up by 2. That I have.
I know all these things because I'm watching all these games while I'm doing the show. I'm trying to stay on point, but you know what? It's hard, and I don't need to be on the big screen. Thank you very much.
Me either, but he said I did.
I'm not pretty enough, Connor. I don't want to be on the big screen.
No doubt. Bill McHugh, we want to rip through the chat before we get to your games. We got to touch on our guys. Bug Mega, what up, my man? Time to eat, it says. The Rocks are 82, loves the show. Let's get some cash. We appreciate Nasty Nate, our guy. What's up? Tony Cobbs, how you doing today? We love you. Appreciate all you do for us with the donos and the tweets. Cash Action Bets, our guy. Real Deal Prime, the Grinder, up and in the chat. Eric Thomas, Top Shelf Plays, $5 unit. Michael Shepard, what up, my man? J. Rowe from, what up, my guy? Who else is in here? Claudia DeMayo, Eric Thomas, Vale Gotti, what up, my man? Pocket quarterback, Lamar Jackson, Boston Nick. He's doing better. We might have a Boston Nick sighting later, Max. My man is in a little bit better mood. He's gotten good news. He's feeling better. I'm very happy for him and his family. So we might have a little Boston Nick, little beard time later on in the show. Mike Butler, what's up? Jay Peasy, how you doing? Remember, when we get both me and Max rip through our games, we're going to do question and answer, go through as many games as we can get through in about 20 minutes. But I'm ready to get to today, Max. I'm ready to talk about your games today as he's staring at the screen watching all these basketball games. But we got a show to do, baby. I know you can multitask. Come on.
Okay, all right. I'm on it.
Okay. All right. Here's Max's games. We got Merrimack favored by 6.5 over Lehigh. Total is 130.5. What did you like in this ball game?
Yeah, this is a spot where I do think that Merrimack, who does have players that can score and create off the dribble for themselves, are going to have a nice matchup against this Merrimack Warrior team. We know that Merrimack definitely needs to hit threes in order to stay in games. And this is a game where I just don't know if they stay in. And I think that this could be upset city for them. So the way I'm looking to play it, plain and simply, is I got to play Merrimack unders. Unless I see a line that's 120 or like 121, even like 122, I'm always going to be drawn towards that under. If Merrimack doesn't shoot the basketball well from the perimeter, they're just not a team that's able to put up points consistently. So if you look through their box scores, if you watch their games, you see this stuff. You definitely got to contain Jordan Minor. You definitely got to contain Mikhail Daring. And listen, Malik Edmond coming off the bench or starting, that's another dangerous ball handler that is a ball hawk. And what does Merrimack do? They play fantastic defense. While they may not have the height of other mid-majors or power conference programs, they do take the ball away from you, make you uncomfortable. And I'm looking and hoping for something like that and a score that is nice and easy and not an ass clencher. So I'm rolling with the Lehigh Merrimack under 130 or 130.5 if I can even get it. So
I got you a 130.5 for you, Max. This is what I'm on as well. Some of these I'm going to ride a little bit. This team continues to not get in the 70s. I don't think so. And I think it's close. I think this is kind of the first to 60, right around there. And you mentioned it. This, to me, I see value because I think this could drop as a year. Like, this could be 126 to me. So when I see 130.5, I got to take it with this Merrimack team. Lehigh can score a little bit more, but this game will be slow. Tempo will be slow. Merrimack will make it slow. So I'm definitely with you on this first one. This is one I already had circled as a play. So well, I'm glad we are together. Tractor beam, right on point. Let's get to your second game here. Coppin State versus Virginia. Virginia's favored by 24.5, total 128.5. What do you like here?
Yeah, this is a spot where I think everyone's going to know I love Coppin State early. I'm not really a big fan of them late. This is another situation. You're going up against a Virginia team that really doesn't have very good offense. What you need now is you need a team that shoots and has shot already 164 3-point attempts to hit at a little better than 27%. Luckily against Virginia, they probably will make Virginia look good. This is a game that was hard for me to take the under on, but god damn, I'm still fucking interested in it because it could be like a 70-40 tight game. I think that when you look at Coppin State, you're not really going to get effective and efficient 3-point shooting. But outside of that, you're shooting 40% as a team from inside the arc and 70% from the free throw line. Luckily, we won't have to worry about any kind of first half full game shenanigans when we bet the first half. What is the play that's been working for us often is Coppin State getting out, surprising a team with their pace and tempo, being able to hit a couple early shots, surviving the first half, and then maybe getting smashed a little in the second. So I'm all over Coppin State plus 14.5 first half, and I'm going to keep on riding it until I'm proven that it is no longer a viable option.
Real quick, repeat that. So what were you on, and what was the number?
I am on Coppin State first half plus 14.5.
14.5. Perfect. Okay. Hey, this is not the Virginia teams, I think. So, yeah, 15 points is a lot. And Virginia's never the blowout team, Max. I mean, you know that. They can win 60-45. I don't know if Coppin, I don't know. Virginia's defense hasn't been good, but I still don't think Coppin gets over 55 in this game. 55 points. But that's a lot early for the first half. Yeah, Kev, we can go real quick. That's part of my game later. I lean under in it. I lean the points. I don't love it. And I have nothing on the Ohio game. Real quick, do you have anything on the Ohio game?
On what game?
Ohio, plus 12.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
I'm wearing Ohio. Kentucky gear. So
there we go.
So yeah, no. It's not a game that I have a bet on. It's a game that I'm just watching as a fan.
Excellent. There you go, Kev. Sorry about it. We got to do the Q&A if I broke it for everyone, but I hope that gives you a little bit. If you just wait 20 minutes, we're going to roll to the full breakdown of that Wichita, Arizona game, which I think is interesting and clash of styles a little bit. And we'll see. That game's in Vegas as well. Let's get to your third one, Max. This is the one I talked about earlier. East Carolina favored by 2 versus Old Dominion. Total 131. What do you got?
Yeah, listen, I think that when we watched Old Dominion last night, how can you really be interested in getting on them? I think that when you saw the line come out as East Carolina as a small underdog, it was instantly calling my name, and I jumped on the money line plus 105. Now, I think that there still is value taking East Carolina, but I think that on the money line is more where I'd feel comfortable taking them. I think that we're going to see a really nice game from Tristan Noon. I think that they're going to have a lot of control of the tempo and pace. And against Old Dominion now, they're the ones that have to show me that they're worth and trustworthy and putting my money on. So right now, I'm not ready to do that. I'll take East Carolina, and the best line that you can get out there for the money line is minus 128.
Excellent. I'm going to double check and look that up just in case. You probably got it, though. It's probably 135. I was just about to hit money line on the books. Here, let's get to your fourth one, Max. This is a team I don't know if as good as past teams. Western Kentucky versus Memphis. People are kind of high on Memphis. They're favored big, 14.5 total, 147.5. Kind of a high total here. What do you like?
It's really hard not to be impressed with what Penny Hardaway's done so far with this new Memphis roster. They are very dangerous from all 3 levels, except obviously the free throw line. So that's a lie. It's actually 2 out of 3 levels, but I think that the defense is what impresses me and draws me more and more to this game. I think that when you have so much length at the guard spot with a guy who's 6'9" handling the ball for you, and then a really good stay-at-home 5-man in Durant, I just think that it's going to be too much for Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky is used to having a quality like freaking Charles Bassey, and we got used to seeing him in the lineup the last couple years for this Western Kentucky team. Now, they did get Cam Justice eligible after he was, I guess, a grad assistant or a coach for a year with the program, but I just don't think that that's going to be enough. I think that when you look at Memphis, they're going to shut you down from the 3-point line. No team has already made more than fucking 6 threes against them this year. I expect that to continue, and I expect them to be efficient scoring the basketball. There's a lot of options, and as long as guys don't get too physical, they are going to stay on the floor, stay out of foul trouble, and Memphis is going to win a lot of games by a lot of points. This is a situation where I can't look at Western Kentucky. I have to look at Memphis in the spot, and I think that they cover the 14.5.
All right, Memphis full game, 14.5. And you're right, Max. That 128 is the best line right now. Circa I can get for you, East Carolina, and you're all over it. You're watching games. You're getting in lines, baby. You're doing it all today. Crushing it. Crushing it, Kentucky Blue. Let's get to your last one.
Blue Nation.
There we go. Let's get to your last one. This is a game I'm on as well. Can't wait for you to talk about it. It's your 5th one. It is Oakland versus Alabama. Bama's favored by 16.5. The total's 151.5. What do you like here?
Yeah, simply put, in this spot, do I dare to fucking take a big money line dog? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not my boy Teach. He does that stuff. Shout out to my boy Teach. We are both on Oakland tonight. Alabama does not have the front court to stop Jamal Cain. I don't think that we're going to see Trey Townsend and Micah Parrish not get their shot. These are guys that are now sophomores but listed as freshmen, and they got experience. They're going to be counted upon. And if Jalen Moore can give you that kind of performance like he did against Toledo, well, we're going to be freaking having a tight game. It's not going to be blowout city. And I think that Alabama, while they definitely can go really fast off a make or a miss bucket, I think Oakland's the type of stingy team to lock them down and really limit their success in transition. So I'm all over Oakland. I like the big number, and I'm going to ride and hopefully some backdoor cover.
And I can get you 17. There's one at the Westgate in Circa. Let's just say I like it too, and I'm going to talk about in just a second in that game. Real quick, that was all your games. I know you're a busy man watching games. Is there any other maybe leans that you like, maybe you bet, or that you could give out on your card today for all the people in the chat here?
Well, ordinarily I would, Connor. But on this card, I'm not really comfortable with it because of how bad I've done the last 2 days. I don't want to be burning people's money, and I don't want to turn into Ben the Better, the biggest NBA and fade on Twitter. So.
I like it. Shots fired. Ben the Better. Enough said. Well said by my man, Maxwell Smart. He's unreal with his words as he watches game. Let's get to my games. Then we're going to get to the questions, the Q&A on the rest. Still a lot of games here on this Friday. It's Friday, baby. We need to get paid here. Have a good week. My first one, Marquette, West Virginia. West Virginia's favored by 5. The total's 142.5. Man, Marquette just keeps playing well and looking good here. Their guard play's been good. Marcel Lewis, James off the bench at 18 the other day. I like West Virginia. I just don't know. I don't know how good they are. They beat Elon yesterday. They had a better second half. Initially, I get people want the over here. I lean to the under just a tad bit. I don't think West Virginia's played its best defensive game. Obviously, they did, but that's an Oakland team that wants to play that style in that under. But this is a spot. I'm just rolling with the hot team, Marquette. I wish there was a few more points. I lean the under 142.5. I get people like the over, but I'm taking the 5 points. What I think is a close game. I think they have the guard play with West Virginia, and I think this is a good one on a neutral floor. So give me the 5 points with Marquette. Do you like West Virginia in this spot, Max?
Connor, good pick. I like it. Sort of like I like this goddamn beautiful cupcake. I'll just say this: with Daryl Morcell and Justin Lewis doing what the kind of work that they're doing inside, all they got to do is get some complimentary 3-point shooting,
Yeah.
and this Marquette team may make my UConn team shaking their boots. And I do not like admitting any Big East team can make my UConn Huskies shaking their boot, but the way that this Marquette team is coming off with these underdog winners, got to take notice of that.
Definitely, and they shot it well from 3. Will that continue as he rips the cupcake? I love it. And they shot well from the foul line, almost like 89% Marquette. I don't think that continues, but give me the 5 here. I'm rolling with the hot team, and I think it's a good ball game. Let's get to my second one here. Belmont, Kennesaw State. I used this team last week against Creighton. I thought there'd be more points. They covered. It was 51-44. The total's 146.5. Belmont's great. There's just no way I want to lay 16 points with Belmont. Taking Kennesaw State. They got to hit their shots in this game to be in it. They've gotten to the foul line, which is big, Kennesaw. They're averaging 19. Obviously, this is only a few games in. They beat up on, Carver, some of these, church schools, Kennesaw, their last few. But I think they're good enough here to stay in range. I think Rogers has got to be good for them. And I think they stay within the 16. This is too large. I love Belmont. I don't think they cover here. Taking Kennesaw plus 16. What did you like in this one, Max?
Connor, you're a smart guy, bud. You're a smart guy. I think there's a reason why you live in the certain state that you do, because I agree with you. Kennesaw has its most impressive team that I've watched in the last 4 years. I've been used to them being a whipping boy, a fade, an underplay, and now this is a team that gets to the free throw line. This is a team that does a good job of taking care of the basketball. And you know what? When it comes to getting shots and making buckets at key opportune times, early on this year, they've shown there was many times in that Creighton game that they could have allowed themselves to come out of their rhythm and really go down to Creighton, but they fought through, took good shots, and I like how this team is coached. They're hungry. They got a chip on their shoulder. No reason why we shouldn't see Belmont struggle a little with them on the road, because Belmont is a much better home team. Let's remember the first game of the year against Ohio.
Yeah, exactly. And you talked about Kennesaw lost by 7 to Creighton. Iowa State 11. Hey, I'll take that all day long. I think they lose here, but way too many points. Let's get to my third one. You mentioned it, Max. Oakland, Alabama. I love Alabama. I was watching them, though. Still think they're a great offensive team. They got banged around by South Alabama in that 5-point game the other day. I think Oakland's, physical, and that's what they bring in this game. And it's too many points. We got 17, like I talked about. I even think you're fine at 16.5. They just don't get in the run and gun with Bama. Stick to what you know. They'll stay within the points here. I love it. You touched on it much. Parrish, all that. You went through it all why. This is just too many points. And I'll say it right here. They lost to West Virginia by 7. They beat Oklahoma State by 1. And they just beat Toledo by 21. Toledo, pretty good basketball team. Oklahoma State, 7 to West Virginia. Give me the points right here with Oakland plus 17.
Yeah, Connor. Obviously, I agree. I think that just adding on to that, look out for the improvement and the unexpected performance of Darius Miles and Keon Ellis. If those guys are supporting Jaden Shackelford, it is going to alleviate some of the pressure that we've seen with some of the three-point shooting from other guys on the roster, especially Noah Gurley. So I think it's a good number.
I got Vail Gotti's question. He wants Southern Illinois, Colorado. Well, I got it for him right here. It is on my card today. Colorado's favored by 6.5. This is a neutral site game. Total's 134. I like Colorado. Usually I only like them at home. I'm fading Southern Illinois. They're bringing back some good players. They're starters. I just think Colorado wins by more than 6.5 here. I thought this was a little light at 6.5. Keyshawn Bartholomew, he averages 20. The one thing is Colorado's just got to play good defense. Southern Illinois is not a very good offensive basketball team, and Colorado, they're averaging 90 points. They beat up on Maine the other night. I think they score enough here and hang on. I think their defense does enough. I'm on Colorado -6.5. Did you have anything here, Max?
No, not really. Just want to say that it is going to be nice to watch Kyler Filowich play for Southern Illinois tonight.
Yeah.
Sophomore big man has definitely earned his minutes on the floor, and looking forward to seeing him compete with JD Muella for minutes in the future. So go Kyler, get that shit done, son.
All right, let's get to my last one here. This one was difficult a little bit for me if I needed more points. We're talking about Wichita State, if Kev Riley's still here, and Arizona. Arizona's looked really, really good. They beat up them on a bunch of shit teams. This is their first competition. This game's on a neutral site right here in Vegas. And I needed 12 or maybe more to take Wichita when I came down to it. I'd like to take the points with them. And I don't know how good this Arizona team is. I think they're a little bit too high after these big blowout wins. Wichita State's gonna make this mucky. I think their defense can keep them in this game, and I bet you some people want this over, but I'm sticking to my Wichita. Even against an offensive team like Arizona, in this gym you could see bricks. This neutral game, the total's 139. I'm on the under in this ball game, and it might be an ass clencher. I'm on the under here. What did you think, Max?
That is a definite description that I would agree with. I think that when you look at Arizona and Wichita State, you have two battles. You have a battle of two different tempos.
Yes.
Arizona with some very nice Canadian talent in Benedict Maturin. I think that when you look at Arizona, they're going to be in this game. It's just a matter of, can they defend the interior? Can they guard without fouling? Because we know that Tyson Etienne and Dexter Dennis are, I don't even know, probably under 30% combined from three-point line together. So Wichita State's going to be attacking the rim. So you just got to be able to really defend well inside. And you got to also be able to stop Morris Udeze, who's been just tearing it up. So I think it's going to be a tough game, but I definitely think that Arizona is going to have to come down and play the style and tempo that Wichita wants to, which is slow and a rock fight.
That's what I think as well. Hey, a lot of people like the over. This has moved up. This has already moved up 3 points, but I'm going against it. I think I know these teams. We'll see. I think Wichita's not as big as Arizona, is gifted, but I think they can stay within this game, kind of keep it a rock fight and keep it under 140 in this one. All right, that is it for my 5. Let's get to these commercials, and we're going to get to the Q&A. I love it. It's Friday, so let's hit it. Let's get to the sponsors, baby. Boom. If you're in the San Antonio area, go to Southtown 101. Got great food, karaoke, drinks. It's a great spot. And Manscaped, go to manscaped.com. 20% off. Hit promo code PubSports. Keep everything clean down there. You'll love it. Your woman will love it. It's good. And go to mybookie.ag at promo code PubSports. You put 1,000 Bitcoin, you get 1,000 back. Use credit or debit. You put 1,000, you get 500. Not as good. Use the Bitcoin. And lastly, go out and get the Pub Rub right here. It's good stuff. 2 for $25 or 1 for 14. PubSportsRadio.com. And also right below us, get some Pub Sports Radio gear. Go to the comments. Great hoodies, shirts, all that. Get long sleeves. They got great shit. Great sweatshirts there. And I got to cop a couple here shortly. All right, Max. Favorite time of the year. Wait, it's Friday. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. We got to bring in our special guest. Who? This guy might be from Boca Raton. He drinks Miller Lights. Nicky Fish Tanks, where are you at, my man? Get in here. Chug a couple beers. Where are you at?
I don't think he's here.
He dipped on us? You got to be queued up,
Oh,
man.
there's our
You got to
guy.
be queued up, brother. Can't leave me hanging. We taking a piss? Here he goes. What an emotional bum scum. He's not even prepared. His Friday spot, he's not even prepared. There he goes. There we go. Come on.
Oh, he's got a beer in his hand.
Let's get it
This
done,
is, this
son.
is what, Connor, this is what I've been waiting all week for, bro. Oh, he's
I
putting the
know.
shoe. You don't got to put
Oh,
in the
he's
shoe.
doing
You
the
just chug
shoe.
it, bro. Oh, wow. He's doing a
Guy's an
shoe
animal.
for us.
Yeah.
That's a guy right there. That's our guy right there. Look at him. He's going to drink that beer out of that dirty shoe.
Amen, sir.
Wow. Look at that. Oh, and he bashes some brain cells out also. He's going. He's loving that beer. He's loving the taste of it. Go, Nicky. Go. Shooey. There you go.
Shooey.
Look at that. Keeps the beer dry and everything. That's how you. That's a skilled shoey right there. Boston Nick, the one and only from Boston to Boca to our screen. God bless you,
You're
sir.
muted, Nick.
God bless you.
Yes. Hell yeah. Tony Cobbs.
Oh, I'm muted.
Thank you
Sorry.
so much.
Fuck.
You are muted.
We
We
be pubbing.
be pubbing all day, all night, all over the world, baby. We be pubbing. Tony Cobbs, the $5 dono. Hell yeah, we appreciate you
Get
so
another beer.
much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
Tony, as always.
He needs another beer because, yes, one is not enough for this man. He loves Miller Lite, and I respect him for that. So we'll get to Nick in a second as he gets up and gets a beer. We want to touch on his MMA looks for tomorrow. They're going a big break soon, right, Nick? You still have a few more weeks real quick?
Yeah, after this one, we got December 4th. So we'll have a little bit of
You
a
have
break.
a month off.
Yeah, a little
Okay.
break. And then I think there's 2 shows, and then we got a big break, a month off.
Okay, we'll get to you later. We'll let you
Yeah.
settle in. You're a little shook there after your chewy.
Oh, he's
let
got
me-
another one. My God, Connor, he's got another one.
Hell yeah,
I'm not
he
chugging that one. That one's for
Oh,
City and
okay.
pleasure.
Okay.
does. Max wanted you to chug another one.
Damn, he's gonna do another one. Come on.
Let's go. All right, Max, let's talk about this one. Or let's get to this one. I got Christopher Comentini real quick, but I want to talk about the next one. Niagara, SIU. What did you have in that game? I think 5.5.
Yeah, shout out to Christopher Comentini, our guy, and definitely I have to be looking at Niagara in this spot. This is a really improved Niagara team with guys like Jordan Citron and Sam Iori, and of course Marcus Hammond. But it starts and ends with Marcus Hammond. If Marcus doesn't have a good game tonight, I don't see Niagara being able to go out and cover this number. If they do, I think that is going to be because Marcus has a big game. They do a good job on the glass, which has been the reason why they've been competitive early on this season. If they don't get exploited there against SIU Edwardsville, I think that it could be a non-ass clenching wire-to-wire win, which would make a first of this day at least.
This one's big, Max. This one starts in 6 minutes. I let it touch on Hofstra, Maryland. Go.
Yeah, this is a spot where I'm looking at Hofstra. I want some revenge. I don't like Maryland laying this type of number. From what I've seen on paper, they should be able to cover these types of numbers. But if you're going to get a optimal performance with Jalen Ray and Zach Cooks, and now you have size, you're not playing that matchup 2-3 zone. I just think that Hofstra is going to have value against slow teams that cannot score consistently, unlike Iona.
Excellent. Real quick, I'm on Hofstra as well. This almost made it to the show. Obviously, it's starting right now. We couldn't even get through it. We got day games all day, but I just think it's too many points. A Maryland team that they keep laying big numbers like this, and I don't want it. I think Hofstra can hang. And that's why I thought if you could get 10 or more, you're good. So 12.5, I think you're golden there. Let's get to Duke. Minus 33, laying the big number against Lafayette. What do you think here?
Yeah, I think that this is a Lafayette team that really doesn't have the offensive scoring pieces that we've seen before. If you can beat them without athleticism and you can get some outside shooting, I think that you can cover this number. For me, the only way I really want to look at it is a Duke team total, and I don't even know what the number is on that. So just at first glance, that's the way that I'd have to approach the game. So not a strong play either way, but it's hard not to like Duke scoring points and not dominating during the non-conference.
Okay, this one is right down the street. I'm thinking about maybe going tonight. I don't know if I'm not. Michigan, UNLV. Michigan's favored by about 12. It's not a very good UNLV team, but neutral site. They're not at the MAC. I believe they're at the T-Mobile, but I'm not sure. What do you like here, Max?
Yeah, I guess I'm just glutton for punishment, but I think that Michigan has a rebound game. So I think that when you look at the guard play for UNLV with Mike Nuga and Bryce Hamilton, you're gonna get some good play. But I think that when Royce Ham goes to the glass, I don't think that he's gonna have the success that we've seen early on in the season going up against Hunter Dickinson and Brandon Johns. I think Brandon Johns is the X factor for this Michigan team. If he comes to play tonight, guards and then scores on the other end, I think that Michigan is definitely warranting a first half play, and seeing the number go from 14 to 12.5 or 12 definitely makes me want to wait till that last goddamn minute and then place that bet then, because it is a 12:30 Eastern start.
Yeah, I just don't think this is a very good UNLV team. They've gotten by early. So, yeah, I'm with you there. Okay, next one. Bill McDonald, can Auburn cover tonight, Max?
I feel like they should be able to cover. They're playing a slow tempo team that if they can't stop them, if they can't slow them down, they're not going to be able to have a chance. With South Florida, I'm waiting for Caleb Murphy to really step up and take over this role. But with Javon Green coming over, he had some big shots last time out. And I think that you really have to contain him specifically in order to have success. I think that Auburn on paper should be able to win this game comfortably. It's just a little shaky that this number has been hanging around where it's been all day and hasn't had some sort of drastic move either in favor of them or against them.
Keep shooting your questions, guys. We got a shitload of games. We got Max for the next 15 minutes, and he's already got one eye, out the show. You're looking at these games, so get his attention. No, looking at the games, one eye on all these scores here. Yeah, uncool. I got 12.5 BetMGM Hofstra, but most places it's 11.5. I think you're fine with 11.5 with Hofstra. I mean, try to get it higher, get it. But I didn't touch on the total because I think if Oakland's in this game, this could stay under, Max. But did you have anything on the Bama Oakland total 151?
Ordinarily, I'd want to take the under, but knowing that Alabama, if they are to defeat us when it comes to the spread, that probably means that they're going to put up a healthy amount of points and put that under in peril.
Okay. Georgetown, FIU, anything there?
Georgetown, FIU? What do you mean?
That's what I got from
Georgetown's
Rolla.
playing Siena.
Yeah,
And
I don't know what he's talking
playing,
about.
UW Green Bay.
You got to put it in. Try to put the spread and the total of the game, guys, because I can't go up and down on all these. I'm going to shoot you one here, Max, that I wanted to touch on, and that was I want to talk about American team that got blitzed by Georgetown and Longwood. Longwood's favored by 2.5. What'd you like here?
Well, unfortunately, I like the first half and full game under, and that game is actually getting played right now, and the score is 28-13 Longwood with 2 minutes plus left in the first half. So 41 points right now.
What'd you get? 133.5?
Yeah, I'm not sure what I got. I'd have to check my sheet, but I think that I got the first half was somewhere like 61.5.
Okay. Yeah, he wants both games, Max.
So I definitely liked FIU when this line opened at 3 or 3.5, but now we've gotten to the point where I'm a little weary now because Because FIU definitely is not a team with Tevin Brewer that is going to be able to beat teams with bigger guards. And with Green Bay, with the way that they played against Greensboro yesterday, definitely leads me to believe that if they try and muck this game up, they're going to be able to have a little more success. I think with FIU, they were able to overcome a slower pace yesterday against Ball State, but I think that against this competition, they have to make shots inside the arc. This is a really good free throw shooting team. They're going to make their free throws. They're going to penetrate the rim and try and get to the bucket, but they need to convert those into and ones instead of trips that end up turning into 2 free throws. So I just feel like this is a team that's leaving points on the floor, and they just need to get a little more, I guess I would just say more evened out shooting when it comes to their perimeter players like freaking Isaiah Banks and freaking guys like Eric Lovett. So, like I said, Tevin Brewer is not going to be able to do it all himself. Tevin Brewer is not going to be able to do it against bigger guards, so he's going to need support. And right now, I just don't see a ton of it warranting back a team 5.5 points against a stingy defensive Green Bay team.
This one here, Max already touched on it. Ohio plus 12 versus Kentucky. He's not on the game. I need a little bit more with Ohio. I thought 12. I like this basketball team. It's right in that range, though. If I was catching 16, I might look at Ohio, but I stayed off the game as well. Okay, there's a few. I'm going to touch it before we get to, all right, Furman, 15.5 versus Radford for Nathan Cernamax.
Yeah, I think that when you look at this Furman-Radford game, I think that Furman's going to have to score the basketball quickly, and then they're going to have to get off to a hot start, because when they don't, I find that they're a little stagnant. They're not forcing turnovers. They're putting teams on the free throw line. These are two things that need to be corrected. And I just think that when you look at this offense, I'm looking at who else is going to step up. I look around and I'm like, I don't know you guys. Who are you? You guys are strangers. So if Mike Bothwell and Alex Hunter are going to be the 1-2 tandem that lead this team every night, so be it. But they're going to need Garrett Hine down low, and they're going to need him to support this backcourt by being able to balance it out and give you some good looks inside. So far, he's been able to do that, but you're going to need more of that, and you're going to need someone like freaking James Restpass to really step up also. I don't really see the depth that I'm used to seeing with Furman teams, so I'm going to back them first half, give them the shot not to break my heart, and if they do break my heart, I will watch the game, reevaluate, and then go from there.
Okay, great breakdown in that one. This is a big one I'm going to touch on. Georgia Tech favored by 4, even now 3.5 versus Georgia. Total 135.5. What'd you like, Max?
Yeah, this is a Georgia spot where I just can't trust Georgia Tech. I think that this is a line that is just a little too high. I will say that during this early part of the season, this is a Georgia Tech team that's played some really good defense, with the exception of being able to force turnovers. I think that when you definitely make shots difficult, when you can guard without fouling, and you have a bunch of length at the wing positions, which is something Georgia Tech has, it's a plus, absolutely. But you're going to need Jordan Usher and Michael DeVoe to go buck wild, to score from all 3 levels, and to give you probably 30 to 40 points of production. I'm not so sure that's going to happen on a regular basis. And then outside of them, you need Rodney Howard. Rodney Howard is, I believe, a Georgia transfer. I would have to double check that, but he is going to be dominant. He has had his coming out party early on this season. I expect the really tall motherfucker to be more useful than just getting shit off the top shelf. He's going to give you some points and rebounds. So for all you DFS players, that's the guy that you should be putting at your center position tonight. I think that Georgia Tech and Georgia play a rock fight type game. I think that it comes down to the last bucket in the second half, and I got to look at Georgia with a number when it's more than a 3-point bucket.
Okay, let's get to this one. Oklahoma minus 10.5 versus Indiana State. Do you have here?
Yeah, Connor, that game is actually at the half. It is 38-30 for Oklahoma right now.
Let's go, guys. Got to be with the right games here. This one's about to start, Max. Towson, Pittsburgh. The line is they're favored just by 6. Total's 132.
Yeah, this was an under spot for me. I think that with Pittsburgh, they're still a team I don't trust to score the basketball consistently. And until they prove to me otherwise, I'm going to be very hesitant to take full game unders with them. I think
Okay.
that the first half under has some value. And if you're looking to take a spread, maybe a Towson first half money line could provide that spark in your life and that escape from your wife and kids.
I love it. This
Hey.
one's a good one. George Mason -2.5 versus James Madison. Total right around 148. What'd you like here?
Listen, I think that George Mason is really invigorated with these transfers of with Gaines and freaking Schwartz. I think that they're a good-looking team, but they're going up against a James Madison team that has, if not more firepower, more continuity, a better coach, in my opinion, and I just think that it's a team that is getting a little disrespected. So I got to look at James Madison. It may not be the popular play, but when you're getting 3 points or more, James Madison's going to have value. Under a 3-point bucket, probably have to look the other way with George Mason.
Yeah, I found that one kind of difficult. I mean, under 3, I want to look George Mason even a little bit as favorites there. Cal Poly for Santa Clara. Santa Clara's looked really good early, favored by 15. There's a few 14.5s out there, and the total is 136. What'd you have here, Max?
Yeah. Listen, I'm not sipping the Kool-Aid on Cal Poly. I'm not one of those guys. I love Kool-Aid, especially grape flavored. And if you can get me blue raspberry, I'll drink all that shit until my lips are blue. But I'm not
Yeah.
going to bite the bait on Cal Poly yet. They're going to have to beat me tonight for me to believe in them. I think that with this Santa Clara team, 3-point shooting is the name of their game. And when you look at the development of Parker Braun, the 6'10" junior, he's giving you an 83% from inside the arc, 15 field goal makes. If that kid comes to play tonight alongside my fellow Canadian and Torontonian Joseph Vrentić, I think that Santa Clara is going to rout Cal Poly, and I think it's a spot where you look at Cal Poly and Santa Clara under, because this could turn out to be a freaking 80 to freaking 55 games. So I have to do a little math in my head before I spit out a number, but you get the gist of it. I think that it's an undercity, a lackluster offensive performance for Cal Poly, and a highly potent performance, probably with the help of some good OG Chronic for Santa Clara and the Broncos.
All right, UT Martin, FAU. The spread's 14.5, totals 146.5. What'd you like here?
Yeah, this is a spot where I'm only on the first half under. I think that when you look at this game, this is different Tennessee Martin team of pass. I'm hoping that proves to be true in about 10 minutes. And I think that when you look at Florida Atlantic, they should be able to rout this UT Martin team. It's just a matter of, will they? I don't really know. My thing was I liked the first half under, and then I was going to go from there after I got some eyes on the game.
What number did you get that?
I got 69.5, and 69 or 68.5 are available all over the place. Shout out to Nikki, Boca Raton's finest tank of fish.
Yes, check out that tank. Nicky Fish Tanks. Right back there. This man loves his fish.
He's an animal lover.
Connoisseur.
He's an animal lover, but he doesn't love Dumber.
He's son of a bitch, you heard that.
Max. All right, let's get to a few more. We only got a few more to touch on. Arkansas State, Southeast Missouri State. They're Arkansas State's 2.5, totals 147.5. You have anything in that one?
Yeah, listen, I'm a volume better, Connor. You know that I'm.
I know you are. I know you would be.
Yeah, you know it, bro. With Arkansas State,
I know it, baby.
They don't have a lot of action already this year. Only a game against Illinois and Central Baptist and Harding, 2 non-D1 competition. I just think that when you look at this group, they're going to be able to really beat you on the glass, I think. And that starts with Norcat Omir. He is definitely a star in the making, and he's got to get on the floor a little more. I think that with Arkansas State, they need some of their guards like Marquise Eden to really produce offensively, and I just don't know if that's going to happen. When you are literally shooting 18% as a team right now through 3 games, 2 against non-D1 opponents, I'm really afraid to back you. So I'm going to be all over Southeast Missouri State. They went into Missouri State, beat them by 4, put up 94 points while doing so. I think that they deserve a little bit of my respect, and I will put a little bit of money on them to show them that.
Beautiful. I like it. Steve wants to know, is there any overs you like today, Max? Maybe one you lean that you have for Steve out there for an over.
And over. Let me cruise through this.
Nobody loves overs.
I like the James Madison, George Mason first half over. I thought that 70 or 69 points is obtainable. 3.5 points a minute is definitely something workable. And I also think that when you look at this UTEP Pacific game, maybe this is a sneaky first half over at 63.5 or 63. So low pace, low scoring point per possession needed to get over that. And that's definitely something that I will be looking at later on tonight.
Okay, Manhattan, North Alabama. Totals 134. Under? He's questioning.
Yeah, that's just an under spot. I don't really like backing Manhattan as a favorite just because of how poor the 3-point shooting and free throw shooting is, and they were very lucky to beat Fordham. And then not so lucky against Old Dominion. I think that we see the same old with them. And unless Jose Perez really comes out of his shooting slump, who I thought was going to be a real game changer for this Manhattan team, they just don't fucking do it for me offensively. If you're going to tell me that I'm going to have to rely on fucking St. John's transfer Josh Roberts to be my fucking most efficient, effective weapon while only playing fucking like 20 or 25 minutes a game, that is just not good news for Manhattan. So if you want to take a dirty dog and you just want to fucking beat a favorite, well, this could be the money line in North Alabama to do it. But I don't like North Alabama anymore. I just like this game to be ugly and hopefully stay under the number.
Yeah, Kev Riley, Max just went over that. Are you laying the points to Santa Clara? You're not taking the points with Cal Poly, right?
No, I'm not taking it with Cal Poly.
You're not, and you like the under in that game?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So he likes the under. There we go. Old Miss minus 10.5 versus Elon. Couldn't do it for me yesterday. Do you like anything here, Max, in this game?
Yeah, I'm staying off this number. Definitely other better games to deal with, and always can bet it live though.
Here's Coco Bongo, our guy. He likes the over 135.5. Michigan, UNLV, but worried UNLV doesn't put enough points. Yes, that could be. It's starting so late because we're in Vegas, baby. All these games start late out here. What do you think, Max? Can get over?
Yeah, definitely factors to consider. I just think that if you're a situational bettor and you're looking for a situation that you should get hopefully a lackluster performance from your opponent, UNLV would be a candidate. We did see in the North Dakota State game that they did come out a little sluggish and they were barely able to hang on to a lead, and then they're barely able to hang on to a cover. Now you want to bring in the upper echelon quality of Michigan with Jawan Howard, one of the elite coaches in Division I, and that's hard for me to admit out loud, but it seems nice. So I think that you're going to get an inspired performance from Michigan and lackluster from UNLV.
This one I wanted to touch on too. UMass Lowell, George Washington. 4.5 point favorites, total 135.5, Max.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to take UMass Lowell without Conor Withers. I think that they are going to be able to score the basketball. I just don't think that it's a situation that warrants me taking the points with this team. So, far from my favorite spot on the card, Conor.
Fullerton, San Diego. In this one, I believe it's 6 real quick. Sorry, just 6.5. Totals 142, 143. Do you like in this one, Max? Do you like San Diego? Can they cover this number?
Listen, I think that we're having to become believers of the San Diego team with this 2-man game of Jace Townsend and Terrell Brown. It's hard not to like it, and it's allowing a guy like Joey Calcaterra, who's been on the front lines of all the freaking disrespect this program has gotten, and he's able to just freaking be a shooter, be an energy player. So I really like the additions. I've had to watch and believe it with my own eyes, and now that I do, I'm just like, this is a tough game for them. They're going to have to contain Vince Lee and EJ Ananoski. And with Trey Maddox, this is a guy that wants to take shots, and he knows how to get the right shot. So highly dangerous matchup. I think San Diego first half has a lot of value, and I think that they're going to be able to show us what they're made of tonight.
Okay, and Rice, New Orleans. Rice favored by 6.5 total, 151.5.
Yeah, I like this game a lot better when it was 8.5 for New Orleans. I'm on New Orleans. I think that Rice, while they do have a very nice DFS lineup of 3-point shooters when it comes to Travis Eby, Quincy Olivieri, and Chris Mullins, I just think that Max Fiedler is going to be able to be contained in this matchup. I think that New Orleans, while they don't have a ton of size, this is a very good, compact interior defense that is going to bring double teams, that is going to try and take the ball away from you. And when you ball hawk the way that they do, I think that New Orleans proved to us the other night that they can score enough, and I think that they do so.
I love it. That is it. We are done. Q&A real quick. Nikki, promote the UFC and let us know. I know the weather is always great in the arena tonight. Is there a game you like on this college basketball? We got to bring you on to smash a beer. The least you can do. I know you're not a college basketball guy, but you got to shoot your play out and mention all your UFC tomorrow.
All right, I'm going to go with Gonzaga again, but this is going to be a tough one for them to cover. But
Yes!
I think they cover.
Yeah.
I think they cover. I'm going to go with Gonzaga to cover that big old.
We didn't touch on that, by the way, too. The way that Bellarmine Gonzaga. I love it. I saved it for you.
30-point favorite, right? It's
Yeah,
gonna be a tough
31.
one, I think, but they should get there. I want to take some alt lines here, but I'm not gonna. I got spicy the last time, and it screwed me right in the old back khaki. But UFC-wise, there's been some interesting line movement here. Pat Sabatini was a minus 165 to minus 175. He is a minus 120 right now to Tucker Lutz. And I've been looking at Tucker Lutz all week and didn't jump on that plus line in time. Other than that, I don't know how Sean Soriano against Shaylin is a minus 265. This guy was cut from the UFC 3-4 years ago and has had 2 or 3 losses in local regional scenes. For him to be a minus 265 is outrageous. But that being said, some lines I do like are no distance in the main event, plus 110. I think Misha will probably get Ketlin Vera out of there. I don't think Ketlin Vera has ever been in a 5-round fight. But that being said, also, I do like our man fighting Michael Chiesa, Sean Brady. I know Billy Briswell approves of that. Not going to parlay him. It's a minus 165, a little bit juicy. But Sean Brady, if he doesn't go down the mat with Michael Chiesa or invite it down to the mat with Michael Chiesa, he should easily get that job done on the feet. So plus 110, minus 165, plus 110, no distance, main event, minus 165 on Brady straight.
Wow, that was a lot of talking. I love it. It went right over my head. Max, can I get your plays, brother, for today? Your 5?
Yeah, I'm totally freaking out of control here. So I think
Here,
that
I'll
when,
go. You want me to go?
Yeah,
I'm going to go. Okay.
Yeah, you go
Mark,
first, and then I'll go second.
Perfect. Marquette taking the 5 points. I mean the under in this game, but I'm taking the 5. I'm rolling Marquette. We'll see if it bites me in the ass. Belmont versus Kennesaw State. I think it's one of the better teams. I love Belmont, but I love them. We talk about it at home. 16's too many. Take the plus 16. Oakland, Alabama. I think Alabama still can score, but I think they're soft a little bit defensively. You're going to give me 17 with Oakland. Take it. They're covering that game. They just don't run with Alabama. Don't get stupid. Take the points there. I'm laying it with Colorado. I love taking points everywhere I get. This better not bite me in the ass. Every time I lay points, it drives me freaking nuts. So Colorado, cover tonight. Get it done. Minus 6.5. And the last one, this could be an ass clincher. I need Wichita to make it a rock fight with Arizona. I like Wichita. I needed more points to make it official. I can't do it at 9, but I'm on the under. 139. Might bite me in the ass, but I think we can sneak under this total. Max, hit him with yours, and then we'll get out of here, brother. It's Friday.
Merrimack, Lehigh, under 130.5. Coppin State, first half, plus 14.5. East Carolina, money line. Memphis, first half, full game. Spread. Oakland, Alabama. We taking Oakland. We taking full little. Hopefully, less than 17-point win for Alabama. And it's cupcake time.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
That's it. Couldn't say any better. It's Friday. We can't wait. It's a huge weekend. I'll be on college football tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Eastern. Basketball, it's going to be a crazy day for me. A long, long night. But we're done. That's our week here. NCAA net profit. Always have a blast, Max, as you're down in that cupcake. Nikki's down in a shoey with his fishes in the back. I'm Conor Mack. He's Maxwell Smart, the great Maxwell Smart. He's Nikki Fish Tanks. We're out here, baby. And you know what we always be doing? We be pumping!
Let's go.
All day.